And welcome back to another episode of HTBL Baseball. We have been away a couple of weeks, so if you're watching this at some point in the future, yeah, I took a couple of weeks off, had some family emergencies come up, and I have been reviving the channel slowly but surely, so it's good to be back. When we last left you, it was May 3rd in the HTBL. Everybody played their 25th game. I will also note that I will not be playing the Tampa Bay Rays uh, off camera anymore. We're just going to do the game of the day, and that'll be it. But the game of the day today just happens to be the Chicago White Sox playing the Tampa Bay Rays. So let's look at everybody's 25th game when we last did games here in the HTBL. To start off, we start in beautiful St. Petersburg at Tropicana Field. It was the Tampa Bay Rays 6-5 over Chicago. Peralta 1-0, Donovan 2-3, Gil Hodges 2 for 3, and he hit a home run in that game, his eighth. I haven't read these box scores for a couple of weeks, so I'll go a little slower. The Red Sox 10-6 over the Tigers. Tiant 3-2 over Kovaleski 1-1. Heilman 3 for 5, a homer, his fourth, and 3 RBIs. Oh, talk about a pounding. The Yankees pounded the Blue Jays 19-1. Ford 4-1 over Clancy 1 for 5. Look at the day Lou Gehrig had, 5 for 6, 3 homers to get to 6 on the year. So he doubled his total in one day, and he drove in nine RBIs, all to his lonesome. The Indians over the Orioles 6-3, early win 4-1 over McGinty 1-5. Manush 3 for 4 and a double. The A's over the Astros 11-1. Vida Blue 1-5 over Necro 1-1. Henderson 3 for 6, a homer, his second, and Ricky also got a double. Not the A's, but the Atlanta Braves 4-2 over Miami. Smoltz 2-4 over Nichols, who is also 2-4. Lopez 1 for 4, a homer, his fifth. Montreal 5-1 over Philadelphia. We were supposed to have a Montreal-Philadelphia game the last day we were doing games, so we'll get back to that tomorrow. Pfeffer 6-0 over Ferguson 4-1. Carter 3 for 4, a homer, his third. The Reds the Reds lost to the Nationals 3-2. Stottlemyre 3-1 over Raffensperger 2-4. Snyder 2 for 3. The Duke also had 2 ribbies and 2 doubles. The Mets 3-2 over the Pirates. So the Mets hoping to get off the schneid a little bit. Seaver 2-4 over Cooper 1-5. Hunt 2 for 2 and a double. The Angels 5-3 over the Browns in 13 innings. Shields 2-0 over Wilkes 0-2. Glaus 2 for 6, 2 homers, 4 ribbies. The Twins 6-3 over the Rangers. Cott 5-1. Buffington 3-3. He was the loser. Smalley 3 for 4, a homer, 2 ribbies. Mariners 4, Royals 3. White 4-2 over Waddell 1-3. Campanella 2 for 4, 2 home runs, 3 RBIs. The Cubbies 7-6 over Arizona in 10. Vaughn 2-3 over Valverde 0-2. Sandberg went 3 for 6, a triple and 2 stolen bases. The Brewers 9-4 over the Giants. Matheson 4-1 over Marichal, 4-2. Reese 4 for 4, 2 RBIs and a triple. The Cardinals 8-0 over the Dodgers. That was the game you saw last here on HTBL 2 weeks ago or so. Dean 4-2. He had a great outing over Don Sutton, went 3-3. Took the loss. Boyer 2 for 4 and the triple. And it was the Chargers over the Broncos. No, I take that back. It was the Padres 17-7 over the Colorado Rockies. King 2 for 3. Pittenger loses 2 for 4. Hop 4 for 5, a homer, his third, and 2 RBIs. So we will get to today's game, which will be at Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg, Florida. Tampa Bay 15-10. They are second in the AL East at the moment, a game behind New York. Chicago 14-11. They are in the AL Mid-East. They are in a tie right now with the Cleveland Indians, soon to be the Cleveland Guardians. So we take you to the Trop. Indoors, of course. We'll let the computer set the Tampa Bay lineup. I will control Tampa Bay. But from now on, I will not be playing them off camera, except if they happen to be in the game of the day. And we'll go through the lineup here in just a moment.
Pitching for Tampa Bay, Scott Kazmir.
So Kazmir will get the start for the Rays. Let's go through the White Sox lineup. Nellie Fox at second. He leads off. Felsch at center field. He bats second. Thomas, the DH, batting third. Minoso at left field, batting fourth. Kelly at first base, batting fifth. Ventura at third, batting sixth. Carlton Fisk is your catcher, batting seventh. Robinson in right field, batting eighth. Ron Hansen is your shortstop, batting ninth. And Ted Lyons will pitch defensively for Tampa Bay. Crawford is a 9 with a 5-arm, 9-range, 5-arm. He is in left. Benny Kauf is 7 and 6 in center. Hank Aaron, 8 and 7 in right. Remember, he was a Milwaukee Brave in the game, so he was eligible. He was draft eligible, and Tampa Bay picked him up. I think he was the first pick Tampa Bay picked up. Miguel Cairo is a 5 at third. Lugo is a 7 at short. Pete Browning, who could play a lot of positions, he is a 5 at second base. Gil Hodges a 9 at first. Catching is Flaherty, 5 and a 5-arm. Scott Kazmir, your pitcher. His fielding percentage, not too good, 789. So far in the HTBL season, he has a 7.45 ERA, 1-0, 9 and 2/3 innings pitched. He's given up 14 hits, 6 walks, but has struck out 7. Fox will lead it off for Chicago, and we'll get the game started. And this is a grounder up the middle. Browning to Hodges for the first out. Fox lowering his batting average to 222. Felsch comes in, 337, 5 homers and 17 RBIs. And Felsch looked like that was tough to handle for Kazmir, so Felsch will get a board, and they will rule that an error, as Kazmir found that to be a hot potato. Brings us to the big hurt. Frank Thomas, 308 on the year, 2 homers and 9 RBIs. Stolen base attempt. He's out. Felsch got caught trying to steal second. And that brings Frank Thomas to an 0-1 count. The pitch to him. Grounder to short. Lugo to Hodges. And that's out number 2. I'm sorry, that's out number 3.
Lions.
So Chicago scoreless in inning number 1. Let's set the lineup now for Tampa Bay. Browning at second base. He leads off. Cairo at third is your second hitter. Aaron at right bats third. David Big Papi Ortiz is your DH. He bats cleanup. Hodges at first bats fifth. Kauf at center bats sixth. Crawford in left bats seventh. Lugo at short bats eighth. And Flaherty is your catcher. He bats ninth. Kazmir, 10 pitches in the first inning. Ted Lyons is the pitcher for Chicago. A 736 batting average, 3 2/3 innings pitched, 5 hits, 1 walk, 2 Ks. Pete Browning is your leadoff hitter for Tampa Bay, 353, I beg your pardon, a homer and 7 RBIs. And the pitch to him, up the middle, a base hit, and Browning aboard. They'll hold him, so he's not a threat to run. We got Miguel Cairo, who's a 10 bunter up. And I will play for the bunt. Nope. A throw back to first. A pickoff attempt, but Browning back in the safe. We'll try the bunt again. And this did not fool anybody, but it did get the runner over. Browning moves to second base. So Hank Aaron stepping in, 258 on the year. 4 homers and 18 RBIs. I don't think I gave you the stats on Cairo. Cairo's batting average now 353. Actually, I think I did give you Cairo's stats. So Aaron, Hammer and Hank takes a look at a strike 3. So there is now 2 outs in the Tampa Bay first. For Big Papi, David Ortiz, 227 on the year, 4 homers and 10 RBIs. Must be a sight to see him playing as a Tampa Bay Ray and not a Boston Red Sox. But Boston did not protect him in the 40 men they picked to represent the Red Sox. So Lyons dealing to Ortiz, and that's ball 4. Runners at first and second. Actually, it was a wild pitch on ball 4, and that allowed Browning to move to third base. So Gil Hodges of the Brooklyn Dodgers, of course, the Brooklyn Dodgers are not the LA Dodgers. The LA Dodgers could you only pick the players that played in LA, so Hodges was available, and the Rays picked him. 318 on the year, 8 home runs, 27 RBIs. His OPS is 1.129 right now. And that's going to be a base hit, and the Rays are going to take the lead. Ortiz moves over to third on the play. So it's runners at the corners again for Tampa Bay with a 1-0 lead. That's the great thing about the draft of the HTBL, that it kind of evens up everybody's chances. And Tampa Bay probably would not have had a great chance to be in contention this long with the players they had, so it's kind of an equalizer for everybody. Benny Koff, who played in the Federal League, 224, no homers and 2 RBIs. He's stolen 8 bases so far this year. This is up the middle, but Hansen will just step on second and get the third out that way. So the Rays pick up a run in the bottom of the first. They lead 1-0. Back to the White Sox in the second. Minnie Minoso, 265 on the year, 2 homers, 13 ribbies. Interesting choice to bat cleanup, but he skies one to right, and that's doubled off the wall. So maybe we shouldn't judge. Minoso at second with a double. That brings up High Pockets Kelly, who has not had a lot of at-bats so far in the season. He's hitting .333, no homers, no RBIs. This will only be his 4th at-bat. And this is a bunt foul, and the count goes 0-2. I don't think they'll do it again. And that's K number 1 for Scott Kazmir. 1 out now for Robin Ventura, who famously challenged Nolan Ryan after being hit by a pitch, and Nolan Ryan gave Robin Ventura the business, which I don't think anybody that night was expecting. 194 on the year, 5 homers and 21 RBIs. Throw to third, a stolen base attempt, and again it was nabbed. Really wasn't looking for it, but the Rays now have nailed 2 runners trying to advance on stolen bases. The count now 0-1 with 2 outs to Ventura. That's skied to right, and that's off the wall. Ventura will go to second on a double. So kind of like Michael Jackson, the White Sox in this second inning have been living off the wall. Carlton Fisk stepping in, 226 on the year, 2 homers, 10 RBIs. Of course, he's better known for being a Boston Red Sox. That's skied. Who's going to get it between the third baseman, the shortstop, and the left fielder? The third baseman, Cairo, gets it. Side retired for the White Sox in the second. After an inning and a half, it's 1-0. Carl Crawford steps to the plate, 276. 2 homers and 8 RBIs. One of the things about this Rays team, it has a lot of speed. Corners are playing in, expecting Crawford with his 10 bunt rating to do so. I choose not to do so. Try to give them something they're not looking for, and that was grounded to Fox over to Kelly for the first out. Julio Lugo, 213 on the year, 2 homers and 14 RBIs. Bottom of the second, first out having been achieved, and that's a foul ball down the left field line. Count now 2-2 to Julio Lugo as we're playing in 1-pitch mode, so we'll go to the money pitch here. Here we go. That's a grounder to first. Kelly, plenty of time to get over and touch first for the second out. John Flaherty, 311 on the year. He has performed quite well for the Rays. In that 9-hole, 8 homers, 21 RBIs. His OPS is 937. It should be in the 700 range. And that's grounded to the shortstop Hansen, who throws to Kelly, and that's the third out. After 2, it's 1-0 Tampa Bay. Floyd Robinson, 215 on the year, no homers and 9 RBIs. Kazmir, 23 pitches through a couple of innings. And that's a base hit to right. And Robinson aboard. About a 50-50 chance he could steal second base, so we will keep him honest And he's safe. First. Ron Hansen, 233 on the year, a homer and 9 RBIs. And this is a slow dribbler in front of the catcher. They go over to Browning to get the out at first. So it was a bunt attempt, and that moves Robinson over to second. Back to the top of the order, and Nellie Fox, 222 on the year, no homers and 10 RBIs. We're going to pitch around him. Try to get a double play here with a force at any base. Happy Felsch up, 333, 517, 0 for 1 so far today. And it's a grounder, but foul ball down the left field line. Count now 2-2 to Happy Felsch. This is smack to center field. Koff underneath it gets the out. And Robinson will advance to third. That brings up Frank Thomas. We will again pitch around. 0 for 1 on the day. And let's see here. They tried a pickoff move after the pitch. A pitch out to first base, and Fox got back in time. Count now 1-0 to the Big Hurt. And that's a strikeout. And the White Sox out in the third. So Tampa Bay, lucky but good. They lead 1-0 after 2.5. Pete Browning, 1 for 1 on the day. Bottom of the third now. Up the middle, and Lyons cannot handle that. But the throw over to first was in time to get the out. And that brings up Miguel Cairo. Cairo, not an official at bat because he bunted in the first inning. Tried to get the runner over to second, and he successfully scored. So let's see what Cairo does here. Grounder to second. Fox, Kelly, 2 outs. Of course, in real life, Tampa Bay leading the American League East as I record this on April 9, 2021, by 4 games over the Boston Red Sox. Here's Hammer and Hank, who's 0 for 1. Grounded up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. A poor play by Pelch. And Aaron aboard. Runner at first for David Ortiz. Big Poppy, also not an official at bat because he walked in the first inning. Only hitting .227 on the year. His OPS way down from what it should normally be. And that's a soft liner to Fox for the third out. So after 3, we're at 1-0 in favor of Tampa Bay still. Minnie Minoso, 1 for 1 on the day. Grounder to short. Lugo, Hodges, 1 out. Another thing that's different about how I'm recording this on just OBS, not the Streamlab OBS. And a lot of the projects I'm going to be working on are going to be taped projects, just because my situation has changed a little bit. High Pockets Kelly, 250 on the year now, 0 for 1. Ball 4 and Kelly aboard. Runner at first with 1 out. We'll keep him honest. Safe. Robin Ventura, 1 for 1. And a stolen base attempt. This one succeeds. Kelly moving to second base. And we'll pitch around Fisk. Setting up a force at first, second, and third for Floyd Robinson, who's 1 for 1. Casimir is now up to 68 pitches in the 4th inning, and his EPC is 110. By the way, Ted Lyons is EPC. Expected pitch count 135. Ball 4, and the bases are loaded for Ron Hansen. Hansen, 233 on the year. No official at-bats so far in this game. Let's see what Casimir can do after a brief confab on the mound with his catcher. Grounder, Browning, Hodges, side retired. So the White Sox leave him loaded, and after 3.5, it's still 1-0 Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay, I'm sure, would like to get some more separation in the run column as they bat here in the bottom of the 4th. It's Gil Hodges, 1 for 1. Strike 3 called. Benny Kauf is 0 for 1. And that's hit well to center, but Felsch should have it, and he does for the second out. Lyons at 59 pitches in 3 2/3 innings as he deals here with Carl Crawford 0 for 1 on the day. Grounder to second. Fox to Kelly. Side retired. We've played 4. It's still 1-0 Rays. Nelly Fox back up. Third time around for him in this game. He's 0 for 1. Base hit. Casimir still looking strong, we hear from the pitching reports. So Fox now, 58% chance of stealing second base. We'll try a little calling card move there. And we got him! We got a pickoff. Casimir to Hodges, and Fox is off of first base, and he got caught. First out. Felsch is 0 for 2. This is Crawford picking up the base hit. Felsch aboard with a single. Fifth hit of the game for Chicago. They have had a couple of doubles. And they have left 6 on so far in this game. Tampa Bay has gotten 3 hits and is left on 3. So back to the Big Hurt, who's 0 for 2. Who hit one of the longest home runs ever at Tropicana Field, and it hit the roof of Tropicana Field, but the umpires, I think it was like the 4th or 5th game the Rays had ever played, Frank Thomas hit a home run off the roof at Tropicana Field, and if you follow the Rays, you know Tropicana Field does have a roof on the low end side, let's say. So they got together and it caused a whole bunch of ground rules to be created for Tropicana Field, and they said that if the roof had not hit that home run, Thomas probably would have hit it some 470, 480 feet. That was back in April of 1998. Minoso is 1 for 2, runner at first, and that's going to be a base hit to left. Felsch is going to move to third, and again, Casimir bending a little bit, but he has yet to break. High pockets Kelly is 0 for 1. We're going to stick with Casimir. He's only at 92 pitches still. And that's going to be popped up. It's Lugo going into that corner of left field. He'll make the putout. And the side is retired for Tampa Bay. Halfway through the game, it's still 1-0. Chicago trailing by a 1 run. Lugo has an 8 bunt, and for some reason Chicago's playing their corners in, thinking he will bunt. And Ventura will throw to Kelly. They both got back far enough, so the out was recorded. 1 out for Flaherty, who is 0 for 1 today. Smoke down third base. Ventura to Kelly for out number 2, so it's 5-3 and 5-3 on your score sheet. Pete Browning, as we go back to the top of the Tampa Bay order here in inning number 5 for the 3rd time. Browning is 1 for 2. That's hit well to left. Minoso over there by that spot where Evan Longoria hit the home run in 2011 to put the Rays into the playoffs. But it was caught, and at the end of 5, it's 1-0 in favor of Tampa Bay. Casimir is now up to 95 pitches. We'll try to keep him in the game. Ventura 1 for 2. And that's going to be a base hit to right. That is hit number 7 for Chicago, but they have yet to pick up a run. Carlton Fisk 0 for 1. Strike 3. Strikeout number 5 for Casimir to get his season total up to 12. Floyd Robinson stepping in, 1 for 1. Be a good time for a double play. And here it might be. Browning to Lugo. They can't get Robinson at first base, so a 6-4 fielder's choice is what it will be. Ron Hansen, 231 on the year. 0 for 1 so far in this game. Casimir almost at his limit. And that's strikeout number 6. 5.5 in the book, still 1-0 Rays. Cairo stepping in, 0 for 1. Ball 4, he's aboard. And he's got a little pep in his step, but Lyons has a good hold rating, so you're not going to see Tampa Bay run with impunity as they usually do. Hank Aaron, 1 for 2. They keep Cairo honest at first base. Now they pitch to Aaron, and this is hit well to left. Minoso makes the play in left field. I was thinking of Heine Manouche, who we were talking about earlier in that Cleveland game we did last, or the highlights we were doing at the start of the show. Ortiz is 0 for 1. Safe at first is Cairo. One out, bottom of the sixth. It's still a 1-0 game. Grounded a third, but foul. And the count goes 0 and 2. Ball 4. So runners at first and second here for Gil Hodges. Hodges is 1 for 2. 3 walks in this game for Ted Lyons. See if Hodges can bust the game open here a bit. It's smoked. Popped up. Looking like Ventura will get it. And they rule the infield fly rule to be in effect, so it would have been an out anyway. And here I go rhapsodizing about the infield fly rule again. 2 outs, bottom of the sixth for Benny Koff, who is 0 for 2. Bases will be loaded. Crawford in left field. He hits righties, 315. This might be a good point to put a better righty in the game. And I'm going to put Manram in, Manny Ramirez. Ramirez pinch hitting for Crawford. Only 10 at-bats, but he has 2 home runs this year, 300 batting average, 5 RBIs. He could swat one here. Let's see what he does. Bases loaded, 1-0, Tampa Bay leading with 2 outs. That's foul. And the count is 2 and 2. So Ramirez will get another crack at it. And that's a base hit. That's going to bring at least 1 run in. Ortiz at third. He's being waved around. Looking like Fox is... not Fox, but Kauf is going to go to third. Let's look at the play at the plate. Safe. And Fox safely in at... Kauf safely in at third base. And it's 3-0 in favor of Tampa Bay. So Ramirez comes through in a big way. Brings up Lugo, who's 0 for 2 so far. That's going to be a base hit. That's more run scoring. Koff and Ramirez coming in. It's 5-0 Tampa Bay. 2 RBI single for Lugo, and that brings up Flaherty, who is 0 for 2. Keep Lugo honest at first. But Tampa Bay, you know, the opportunities that Chicago had, that Tampa Bay needed to bust the game open, and now they have a 2-swing lead, up 5-0. Here's the pitch to Flaherty. That is Hansen to Fox to get the third out. Side is retired. So Tampa Bay picking up 4 in the bottom of the sixth. They lead now. 5-0. We're going to put Upton in. Take Ramirez out, and Upton will hit 7th. And we're going to make a call to the bullpen. And we're going to bring in... Let's see, we have lefty. I want to bring in Wilson. Paul Wilson will be the relief pitcher. 284 on the year, 1-1. 6 1/3 innings pitched, 5 hits given up, 4 walks, 5 Ks. Did not want to bring lefty Grove in this situation because he's got that 55S. Grove is usually our first choice out of the bullpen when I play Tampa Bay. But he's not going to be used here. Wilson is a 7 as a pitcher, 7 range, and his fielding average is 871. Fox 1 for 2. And right to Browning for the first out. As we get close to that 7th inning stretch. Felsch is 1 for 1. That's hit well to left, but Upton doesn't even have to move for the second out. The big hurt, Frank Thomas, 0 for 3. Strikeout. Stretch time. Bum, 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 bum. And welcome back, folks. Big Paulie coming to you. We've just had the seventh inning stretch. Tampa Bay 5-0 over Chicago. Been a quiet game so far. I kind of wonder if it's been a little too quiet. Chicago has stranded 9 men on base so far in this game, and we still have the 8th and the ninth to play for them. Lyons has gone the distance. Kazmir went 6 innings, and Wilson has come in relief of Kazmir in the 7th. Pete Browning 1 for 3 on the day. 352 is his average right now. That's going to be stabbed by Fox. He throws to Kelly for the first out. High pockets Kelly at first base. Miguel Cairo is 0 for 1 so far. Lyon steals to him. This is a slow grounder to the shortstop. Did he get Cairo? He did. 2 outs for Hank Aaron. Hammerin' Hank has had a quiet day. 1 for 3 so far. And that's down the left field line, and Aaron has a double. So sometimes we speak of too soon. David Ortiz is 0 for 1. This is smoke to right field. Robinson going back. He makes the play at the warning track. I thought for a minute that Ortiz had that. He did not. And we complete the 7th inning with a score 5-0 Rays. So Wilson will work his 2nd inning here. He has gone 14 pitches. He can go 90 if he stays out of trouble. Minnie Minoso 2 for 3 on the day. Grounder to third. Cairo, did he get him at first? He did. 1 gone. That brings up High Pockets Kelly, who is 0 for 2 so far this fine day. And that's K number 2 for Paul Wilson. Opponent's hitting only 192 off of him. So when Tampa Bay brings in relievers, they like usually to use lefty Gomez, but Paul Wilson is becoming a fine second option for him when Gomez is tired. Robin Ventura, 2 for 3 on the day. Right to Browning, a soft line drive, and that does it for the White Sox in the 8th. We go to the bottom of the 8th, 5-0 Tampa Bay leading. Gil Hodges is 1 for 3. And that's right to Hansen, who stabbed it. That was a fast line drive right to him for the first out. Benny Koff 0 for 2. And that's up the middle, a base hit. He's on board with a single. Lyons still in there at 131 pitches, God bless him. And up 5-0, I really don't want to start stealing bases. Don't want to show up the other team. Upton is in. He has not had an at-bat because he came in the 7th inning. So far in the year, BJ is hitting .294, 2 homers, 4 RBIs. Grounder to third. Ventura goes to second for 1. 5-4 fielder's choice, but they could not throw to Upton. Tried to get the third out, so there is 2 out. Upton, 74% chance he could steal a base, but I'm not looking to do that here. Julio Lugo is 1 for 3. And that's a base hit to center. Upton will be green-lighted to go to third. Here's the throw. Safe, he's in there. So runners at the corners for John Flaherty. Lyons now over his EPC at 137 pitches. He'll stay in. Ground to the third, and they get Flaherty. 5-3 on the putout. So all Tampa Bay needs is 3 outs, and they win the game. Chicago needs 5 to tie, 6 to win. They trail 5-0. Wilson will work his 3rd inning. Could get the old the save the hard way by working 3 innings. Fisk is 0 for 2, working effectively for 3 innings. A base hit to left. So Fisk with a base hit. Floyd Robinson, 222. I do not have a bullpen warm-up rule in my HTBL. I just put guys in when they need to be put in. Wilson will work to Robinson, 1 for 2. Good hit and runner with a 7 rating. They just get the force at second, and that's it. So Robinson at first with one out. And now Hansen is 0 for 2 on
Pinch
the
hitting
day.
for Chicago, fielder, Jones.
Fielder Jones coming in for the White Sox. He has only had one at bat, and it was not successful. He's 0 for 1 on the year, and no other stats than his one at bat. Fielder Jones, a grounder to third, and they get the force at second again for the second out. And we go back to the top of the order, the fifth time for Chicago. Here is Nellie Fox. Fox is 1 for 3. Hit to center. Cough underneath it, and the Rays win. Rays win 5-0. Chicago left 10 on base in this game. They fall to 14-12. Tampa Bay moving to 16-10. Kazmir, the winner, 2-0 over Lyons, who was 0 for 1. Did Wilson get the save? He did, his first of the year. The MVP of the game was Paul Wilson with his 3 innings of relief work. So that does it for today's edition of the HTBL. We'll try to do these games for the remainder of August on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and we're going to do the coach-up, get that series done on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I hope you enjoyed the game. 26th game of the HTBL season. This has been Big Paulie coming to you, wishing you well. Godspeed and God bless as always, and we'll do it all again pretty soon, I hope. Bye-bye for now, everybody.